In the depths of the mistwood, past the terrifying rune bears, off the beaten path, in the shadow of a minor Erd tree, lies a small structure. On the first glance, one might mistake it for a mausoleum, the final resting place of some nameless hero, with the walls adorned with depictions of his many deeds. But in reality, this small structure hides so much more. It houses the entrance to Siofra River, one of the most hauntingly beautiful locations in the lands between. A wondrous cavern teeming with life, its ceiling so high it might as well be its own sky, covered in millions of glowing crystals in lieu of stars. While exploring this enchanted region, you will stumble upon many interesting things. Ruins of an old forgotten outpost, guarded now only by claymen. An ancient aqueduct. The Hallowhorn grounds with the remains of a great ancestor beast pulsing with strange energy. A forest where tribes of ancestral followers live alongside the diverse fauna. Entrance to Nokron, the Eternal City. But perhaps the most curious thing you will find is this. On the other side of a broken bridge stands a lone knight gazing out into the distance. Who is this knight? What is he doing here? Is he holding vigil for a fallen comrade? Is he looking up at Nokron, a city perhaps he was exiled from, and now longing to return to? Or maybe he was simply left behind by his superiors when the bridge fell, and now eagerly awaits either salvation or death. Whatever the reason for his solitude, my curiosity was piqued enough to try to find my way across to him. But after many hours of searching, I sadly could not find any means of reaching the lone knight. So I gave up. I resumed my quest to become the next Elden Lord. I fought my way through Stormvale Castle, emerged victorious on the other side, and set my sights on the Academy of Rea Lucaria. While searching for the glintstone key that would grant me access to the Academy, I made my way up a hill past several spirit troll knights, convinced that my prize was hidden at the top. But what awaited me was not a key. Instead, I found the 4 belfries, a nexus point of 3 waygates, each locked with an imbued sword key. As I investigated them, I found that one had Precipice of Anticipation inscribed next to it. I correctly guessed that this gate would lead me back to the Chapel of Anticipation, where I got a second chance at beating the Grafted Scion. The second waygate was denoted by the message reading, Crumbling Lands. Since I did not know where this would lead me, I decided to come back to it at a later time, when I have explored more of the lands between. The third and final waygate, however, had the most interesting message. It simply read, Night Sky Unceasing. I immediately knew where it would lead me. It had to be the Siofra River. And sure enough, I was right. The waygate led me to the other side of the broken bridge to finally confront the lone knight. And there he was. After many hours of searching, it was only by chance that I managed to finally find him, and finally discovered who the lone knight was. He was a Crucible Knight, one of the 16 loyal servants of Godfrey, the first Elden Lord. Now, with the Elden Ring shattered and the Golden Order broken, the Crucible Knights were scattered throughout the lands, left without a purpose and a master to serve. Perhaps that is what this lone Crucible Knight stands here for, holding eternal vigil for the life he once had, the purpose he had lost. Dejected, he stares into the abyss, waiting for someone to grant him the reprieve he yearns for, a warrior's death. And there it is, the mystery of the lone knight solved and finally laid to rest underneath the night sky unceasing.